Hi, Camper Girls. This is Ray. Hey, I'm coming to you from the KamperGirl YouTube channel, Facebook group, and Instagram group. And I just wanted to do an intro to the trails to the ocean meetup coming up. Let's see, August 20th through the 24th of 2026 here in Warrenton, Oregon, Fort Stevens State Park. I wanted to go out and shoot some more video today. What had occurred was I went out last week and shot quite a bit of video out at Fort Stevens State Park in the heritage area and the whole park, just to give you a tour of the park. However, I've been trying to get back out there to do an intro to the video, just to come up with some stuff that I may have left off during that video. And so we've been having gale force winds and storms and high tides for over a week. So I thought I'd go ahead and do this intro from my dining room table. So you might see me from here to time this winter until I can get outside during better weather here on the Oregon coast. So with that, we'll arrive. I'll update the address in the event that will show the heritage portion of the state park. There's a couple addresses within the state park, and you don't check in at the regular area where all the campers check in. You'll just come to the heritage area and you'll see where I'm parked for check-in, and I'll be checking everybody in on a clipboard since I had to rent the entire group area for us, which will be nice because we don't have to have individual sites. We'll be, camper to camper, probably every 20 feet or so. I'm going to go out and measure and see how much room we need to be apart, because I know some campers will have attached tents or canopies or whatnot being in August, and I want to make sure that we're not too spaced apart, but that we have some elbow room between vehicles. So I will keep that in mind as I'm checking everyone in. Also, I went through the reel that I put together from multi videos, and in that reel I have where I show you check in, where we're located, that there's restrooms, there's a museum actually right there that has some amenities, not very many, but just maybe a half mile up the road, there's also a KOA that has a really nice store and gift shop. And in the museum that's right next to us, there's a gift shop, and it has clothing and, whatever normal state parks do. And you'll see that tour on the video that I made. And then I kind of give you a tour around the park. I don't know if everybody's going to be interested in bringing a bike or an electric scooter to get around the park. There's, like I said, 25 miles of really nice connective trails within the state park. So I'm hoping everybody will take advantage of that. And then we'll have events, so be sure to check the planned events in the event page so that you'll see what's going on. The theme is going to be stars. We'll be camping under the stars, so if you want to decorate or add stars to your theme of your portion of the camp out, you're certainly welcome to get into that fun. Again, everyone has to pay up front in order to be registered. So you can mark going, but unless I've received your payment either through PayPal or a check via the U.S. mail prior to June 1st for the check, and hopefully we won't sell out before then, but yeah, I'd rather you PayPal'd. It's easier for me to track if it's on PayPal. And so please go ahead and get registered for this event. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will let you know I've had a history of hosting a lot of rallies and such and campouts, so it will be a lot of fun. The other thing that I really wanted to do, if people were interested, was a Saturday morning 10 a.m. kayak trip up and back, down through the lake to the end and back. It's not too rigorous, and we can go at our own pace. And then afterwards, maybe at noon, 11:30 or noon, break for lunch at the park before returning to our camp. I am thinking that I would bring my husband's automobile trailer, whereas if you can get your kayaks to the camp, we can take them on the trailer over to the lake and back, so you won't have to worry about that or move your camp vehicle. So like I said, as long as you bring your groceries and whatever you need to camp, you should be self-sufficient and be able to run around the whole area on a bike or a scooter. Please stay with me now on the second half of this video, which will be the tour of the park. And again, please follow, like, and join my groups and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to see more. Hey Camper Girls, right here. I'm at Fort Stevens State Park Historical Area. I am preparing for our camp out coming up August 20th through the 24th, and I hope you can join us. Okay, Camper Girls, we're well into the historic area of Fort Stevens, and here's a bunch of elk. Maybe we can use the windshield wipers so we can see what we're looking at. Thank you. Oh, look at that elk. It's a young man. Oh, he's curious about us too. So we'll be out here in the historic area of Fort Stevens. There's the museum, and there's a lot of batteries and trails here within the park. When you come in, I rented the park for our van and SUV camp, and when you come in, you will come in just like this. There's the museum. You'll go straight forward. You'll see the camp host right there, and you'll go straight forward, and this will be our area. Straight forward, yeah. Once you come up upon this one way, we'll have this huge lawn here, and we'll be right in this area. Hope to see a lot of you arrive. Okay, the museum here, right next, probably within 100 to 200 feet from where we're staying, is right here on the historic area of Fort Stevens. And if you come in, you'll see they sell really cute clothing. And so if you need something while you're here, they have cute shirts. And there's the museum and some glassware, hats, really cute stuffed animals, frisbees, cute socks, patches, everything for the state park here. Okay, coming out of the museum here, right out of the back door, is the restrooms. And you just walk down this trail, oh, I'd say probably 100 yards. So I wouldn't wait until the last minute to go potty, but you just walk this nice trail. You'll get a great view. Let me zoom in. You'll get a great view of the batteries. This is the lawn where they do a lot of live music. Hopefully we'll be able to be here when they're doing live music. That would be great. I'll check the calendar that weekend for the state park once they post everything. But that building right there is the restrooms. So no showers, just bathrooms, but of course we definitely have access. And like I said, there's my car. That's what I'll be camping in. But right across here, if I zoom in, that field right there is where we will be camping. As you can see when you get out here, this is really pretty. This is where you come to the jetty that separates Oregon and Washington, and it's the Columbia Bar. I'll show you once we get up there. We're having some king tides and some flooding, but this actually is the jetty here that goes out to the Columbia River. So if you look over the, not that rock, but let me get, there we go. I can't hardly see it because of the windshield, but you see all those rocks stacked. That's the jetty that we're gonna go see. Usually you don't see the water come up over the jetty like that. That's when you see a king tide, and a king tide is where we get flooding and a lot of high tides, the highest tides of the year. Okay, here we are. It's called Parking Lot C, but it's the mouth of the Columbia River, and it's the South Jetty, as I was explaining. And then what you're going to want to do before you come up is park in the parking lot here. My husband's graciously driving me around today. And you'll come to this parking lot C. Fort Stevens has parking lot A, B, C, and D, but of course, A is where people go to ride horses, and they can take their horse trailers and park for the day and ride their horses on the beach. B is an empty parking lot. If you really want to park there, you can run up over the dunes to the beach, but that's about it. C is the one that has this observatory deck that people come to watch the incredible beach, storms, etc. They just rebuilt it this year. D shows you more of the Columbia River aspect of the beach. So I won't have you climb it with me. I'll go ahead and climb up and I'll return. Okay, so this is something you usually don't see. This is why, now looking out there, you'd think you were seeing the ocean, but that's actually the Columbia River. And if you see the land on the other side, that's Washington. See the land on the bottom part of the river? That's Oregon. And that's the Columbia Bar. So when people go out fishing, they have to go out through these waves. That rock that you see up above there, that's the North Jetty in Washington. And those are the waves that boaters have to go through in order to get out to the ocean like that ship just did. That ship literally just crossed the Columbia Bar, where it's just finishing the crossing of the So that ship still has to face some very high ocean current in order to get out to the ocean. There's those waves that are coming up over the jetty, the South Jetty. Okay, you're gonna see crazy hair here, but now what you're seeing up here is actually the beach, but it's pretty fogged in. But this is the ocean coming in to Fort Stevens, where we're going to be staying. So I'll be walking out here, but this is the jetty and where it begins here, and then up there is the state park. So if we go like this, you'll just see state park. This is all state park. Here's the ocean. I'm going to give you just a taste of what it's like to stand next to the ocean during some of these king tides. Mind you, I'm probably about 40 feet from the ocean, and this camera doesn't do it justice. These waves are very fierce. So it's a great observatory deck to come visit. What I do is come visit it before or after your camp out, because this one doesn't necessarily have a bike trail to it, but it's a great place to visit. And then down there is the beach that goes all the way down to Seaside, Oregon. Here we are, headed now from parking lot C. We'll come back and turn right and go down to Battery Russell and Coffenberry Lake. And of course, if you want to go to these two places when we are having the meetup, you would ride the bike trails. And you can ride your bike or your scooter through, like I said, 25 miles of trails, and you will enjoy the park immensely. Just a fun fact, this forest right here through Fort Stevens State Park, Steven Spielberg filmed The Ring 2. I think it was The Ring 2 that was filmed right here in this park. Okay, as we're coming up on Peter Ardale, we'll take a right down here and we will check out the shipwreck that so many people are attracted to. And again, the reason the popularity of the shipwreck is the Columbia River Bar is considered the graveyard because so many ships wreck. And there's another elk. That's what our city's known for, is elk. They're everywhere. They run around here like, I don't know, birds. So here we go. We're gonna turn left right here at the shipwreck, and then we'll come out and we'll go to Coffenberry Lake, where everybody kayaks, and it's a really great kayak and swimming area, and again, easily accessible bike trail. So if we slow down here, I can show you right next to this road. See right here next to the road, there's the bike trail coming out, because again, the park was very interested in letting everyone reach as many destinations as they could by bike trail. And we're coming up on a crosswalk, and what it's used for is people that, again, like to walk and whatnot. But if you look out the window here, here's the bike trail that crosses and continues through the park. There's a great in-depth map of all the bike trails. So if you want to reach something specific within the park, you just pull out that map, and I'll make sure I have a map for everybody in their packets, and you can plan your travels. Okay, just wind around up here, and there's a really nice parking lot with a restroom up here on the lookout. And let's see here. Oh my goodness, the restroom is gone. They moved it over here to the other side of the parking lot. Okay, so there is the shipwreck. Can't see much of it today because of the high tides, but we're out here at the lookout and look how beautiful this ocean is. It's so beautiful. The tide is way up. You can see a little bit of the end of the ship there sticking up in the sand, but not much. The tides are high. They're reaching clear up here where you wouldn't expect them to be. Okay, as we're leaving the parking lot, you'll always see an eagle sitting up on this. Oh, let me get it. It's so hard to get when we're moving. There we go. There's always an eagle right here at the stop sign. I don't think I've ever been in the park where I don't see this fella. They like this pole, which is a good thing that the park leaves the pole there. So, okay, we're coming back out of the shipwreck and you can see the sign and it says Coffenberry Lake to the right. So here we go. The reason I'm mentioning Coffenberry Lake, as I posted in the rally page, is that it's a great place to go meet up, picnic, and kayak. So thinking about putting together a really good activity for us to kayak. So those that bring their kayaks, I want to see if I could put something together to where we could put them on a trailer with a truck so you don't have to move your vehicles, of course, because we're all going to be set up to camp. And the truck would bring your kayak out, and then after we kayak to the end of the lake and back, here's the picnic area, so we could bring a picnic and have a lunch here after the kayak, and then come back, load the kayaks back on the trailer, and we truck them back to your vehicles. But I'll put the window down here so you can see how wonderful this park is. It's raining pretty good. Looks like the park has some kayaks here. I don't know what the situation is. I'll have to come out and investigate, because that would be cool if there were kayak rentals available that day. But yeah.
There are geese in the lake.
Oh yeah, a lot of geese, my husband pointed out.
Geese won't be here in August.
But they won't be here in August, he says. And hopefully this misty rain won't be in the fog and overcast. It'll be beautiful here, and this park is very popular. And if we go forward a little bit, for those of you who may like to fish, there's an overlook there, and there's a little boat ramp for little motorized boats, and this is where we launch our kayaks. But there is a dock here that a lot of people fish off of, and the other side of the lake. You can bike up there and fish as well. Okay, coming out of Coffenberry, we could bike or ride our bikes back through these various trails here. You can see they meet up everywhere in the park. And we've actually just did a full circle around the park. If you happen to come in, there's a little greeting house here across from the park, and volunteers man that little booth there all the time, and they give out they rent bicycles, but they give out information about the park, about the city, local attractions. So if you're interested in any of that, you could check in with them.